year. LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, so Andrew Tate has an interview on Tucker Carlson, Fox News. Let's get it.
Comes hard and fast. You lose your Facebook, then your Instagram, then your Gmail, then your Discord, then your website hosting, then your domain name, then your payment processor, then your bank. Then it's just like in real time, you're watching your phone and apps just exploding. Boom, boom, boom. It's crazy.
Andrew Tate is a former kickboxer who has built up a truly enormous following on social media. Until a couple months ago, we'd never heard of him. And then the other day, virtually every tech company on the planet banned him. Not just his presence, but also his ability to conduct business on the internet. He was taken off Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Now, not too much commentary before we get into this video. Let's get into the video, react to it, and then let's break this down. This is ridiculous. They're treating this man like a terrorist. Let's get into it.
YouTube, all of it. Then they started telling you that not only was he not allowed to talk, but you weren't allowed to like him because he was an incredibly bad person. And our view on that always is we'll decide for ourselves since we're adults and Americans, and we'll listen to anyone we want, and we'll come to any conclusion we care to come to about what that person is about. So we sat down at some length and talked to Andrew Tate, and we wanted to show you some of it so you could make up your own mind, which you're still allowed to do as far as we're concerned. Here's part of the interview.
I don't really feel like I've exposed anything. I'm truly not a very political person. This is the first time someone's experienced this level of ban. I'm not particularly right-wing. I don't vote. I mean, I obviously have my own personal views, but they didn't ban me for that. They banned me simply because I had large swaths of the population agreeing to very traditional masculine values. Teenage men and young men, 22, 23, 24, were looking up to me and aspiring to be like me. I have a very traditionally masculine life. I have fast cars and a big house and a lot of money and a beautiful girlfriend. And they thought this was very, very threatening. And for some reason, they decided that it's better if they annihilate me from the internet and replace me with somebody who's more aligned with whatever they're trying to purport.
Tell us what your message is to young men.
Yeah, so I think that being a man is very, very difficult. I think that men's issues are largely overlooked. The people in charge of the world pretend to care, but when somebody who's championing men's issues like myself comes forward and finally manages to garner huge percentiles of the public support, I'm silenced. So they're not really interested in men's issues. And there's a lot of young men growing up today that feel very disaffected. They feel invisible. The agendas that are being forced down their throats are not agendas they align with or they feel affinity to or agendas they want. And I basically just say to men, look, it's a very hard life. You're going to need to get up, work hard, go to the gym. Strong body is a strong mind. You're going to have to reject listening blindly to everything you're told, reject the slave mind, think for yourself, get a strong network of brothers, work aside them. Don't tolerate low quality people in your life, which means don't tolerate men who just smoke drugs and play video games, or men who are disloyal or dishonest. By extension, don't tolerate women or girlfriends who are disloyal or dishonest, and try and build and create a reality full of high-quality people in which you can resist the programming that the Matrix tries to influence you with, and grow up truly happy. And what happens is when I say these things, they ignore 95% of what I say. They ignore me saying that you need to avoid low-quality men, and they take the bit where I say avoid women who are dishonest, and then they put it on a reel, a very short 3 or 4 second clip, and then they say I'm a misogynistic person and I'm dangerous to women and I need to be banned. The problem is that the majority of young men in the world today are completely invisible, and social media has made them invisible. If you go into an Instagram feed, you have extremely beautiful women, which is fine. They're beautiful, they're allowed to take pictures. But the only men who have followers are men with massive social status, right? Men with Ferraris and money, or rappers, or people who have YouTube channels, interesting people. If you're a normal man with a normal job, You don't really exist in the online world. It's very difficult to get followers. Nobody replies to your DMs. You don't really matter. You don't have access to the sexual marketplace. It's very difficult for you to even get any kind of recognition that you're even alive. And a lot of men feel lost and lonely because of that. And I was championing to a degree their issues by saying to them, look, that is unfair perhaps, but that's the way the game works. You need to become a man of importance. You need to become a man of influence, or you're going to suffer the pain of being invisible forever.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stop it real quick and let him continue real quick. This is horrible. It says Andrew Tate, most censored man in the world. He's most definitely the most censored man in the world currently. They shut him down on everything, not just social media. They're shutting down his banks, his websites. Yo, let him get into this. This is absolutely insane. There's nothing wrong with anything he just said. There's nothing wrong with what he did. We'll get into it later. Let's just get through this breakdown real quick.
Here is how you do it. I wasn't trying to change the rules of the game. I was just telling the men how to win, because I came from nothing and I'm completely and utterly self-made. And I think the reason a lot of men are so depressed is because they feel invisible. They feel like the life is too hard. Women expect me to be strong and smart and funny and interesting with a nice apartment and a fast car and tall and well connected and funny, and it's just too much for them to handle. And the social pressure on men is absolutely immense. And I was championing their issues. And at the same time, all these social media platforms pretend to care. As soon as somebody they resonate with stands up and champions their issues, they mass blanket ban me, which shows they have absolutely no care for the young men of the world today. They think that by banning me, I'm just going to vanish and the young men are just going to go and start eating the gruel that they're fed on their YouTube feed. They don't want to read. They don't want to see transgender people wear makeup. They don't want to see that. They want to see a man who has a bunch of money and a nice life and some fast cars and is strong and is confident. They want an action hero. And that's something that large portions of the world still want to be. And YouTube and social media platforms obviously just don't like the idea of that. They want to get rid of me and try and replace me with something they see as far more malleable, trying to create people which are more malleable and more easy to program and more easy to control.
So news accounts in the United States say that the U.S. Embassy in Bucharest, Romania, was tipped off to your misdeeds and alerted the local authorities you might be committing human trafficking.
That's all.
Given that this is the same charge they leveled against Julian Assange or a species of it, skeptical, but I want to know the details. Were you arrested for human trafficking? What happened?
Yeah, I was not arrested. So what happened is I suffered from a case of swatting. It's very popular with people who are large on the internet. Many large YouTubers have been swatted. It's where you call the police and you say somebody has a gun or there's a hostage situation and the SWAT team arrives. Somebody made a phone call to the American embassy saying that I was holding women at my house. The police arrived. And let me state this now. I state this openly to the world. I have absolute respect for the police. I would hate to live in a country where if you call the police saying women are being held against their will, that the police don't respond. That would be terrible. Of course they should come and look. Absolutely. They turned up. They investigated. They realized that nobody was in the house against their will. There was no crime committed. They said, okay, you're not a suspect, but you are a witness to this, along with me, my brother, the housekeeper, the gardener. Everybody who was in the premises at the time was labeled a witness. We had to go to the police station for 45 minutes for pieces of paper. We filled them in and we were let go. I was swatted. Nobody was hurt. There's no human trafficking. There's no women who were tied up. There's none of these things. It's all just complete fallacy.
You probably made some of these companies mad with your views on COVID. So sum up for us, if you would, what you think the response to COVID globally did to the populations of the West.
Before he gets to that answer, if this hasn't taught people that there is no control or you have no freedom and they have complete control, the pandemic showed us that. Let's get into this.
Yeah, so I certainly made them mad with my views on COVID. I don't want to go to conspiracy theory, and I would also never kill myself. Let me just say that here for the record. But okay. At the time of COVID, first being announced, my brother and I decided we sat and had a very logical conversation, and we sat and said, we're too young fighting age males. If COVID can kill us, then the world is over. It's zombie apocalypse time. So there's no point hiding. We may as well go out with a bang. So my brother and I flew to Stockholm, Sweden. Now, I don't know if many people know this, but Sweden never closed down. Stockholm and Sweden never closed down, never made you wear masks, never mandated the vaccine. At the very beginning of COVID, when the rules were strictest, when Florida was still closed, when Miami was still closed, when the Republican states were still closed, Stockholm, Sweden was wide open with full nightclubs and a party scene like you've never seen. And we lived in Sweden for 3 solid months with zero restrictions, zero worry or interest in COVID. It was like the world was completely normal. And from there, when we left, obviously COVID was still going on. And in a neighboring country, you go to Germany, and they were having full panic attacks, genuine panic attacks if you didn't have a mask on. And it was just very obvious to me. I was like, I've spent the last 3 months ignoring this, and I'm fine. And now I'm in Germany surrounded by panic attacks and endless masks. This doesn't make sense. And I told the truth on social media. I said, this is obviously an overreaction.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all realize nothing has changed, right? COVID is still present. People are still getting sick, but there's not the same panic and not the same mass control by the media.
The decimation of your income, the fact you can't go get a doctor's appointment for a genuine ailment or a genuine risk of cancer, for example. The fact that you can't see your loved ones in their...
Hold on, my bad. I'm going to let it play through the rest of this right after this. But if you're even, in Canada, they talk about healthcare is so great. It's damn near impossible to get a simple damn doctor's appointment right now. Let's get back into it.
Final days, these things are far more destructive than the common cold. I think that what they're doing is unfair. I think it's a massive overreaction. And this is based on my personal experience. And I think at the time there was a lot of pushback, but I would like to think now that 99% of the world see I was totally right. You know, it's kind of funny, Tucker. I'll tell you, when at the height of COVID, I used to say to my brother, how will people struggle with the cognitive dissonance when this is all over?
It's fact.
Because COVID is still out there. Nothing's gone away.
It's fact.
The thing that we were all hiding from is still right there, out there to get you. But now everyone walks around and they're not scared of it anymore. And I'm like, are people critical enough to analyze themselves and say, for a year of my life, I was deathly afraid of something. Now I'm exposing myself to said thing and I'm not afraid anymore. The media tricked me and I was a fool. But they're not. They don't even seem to self-analyze and go, I got tricked. They're just like, oh, okay, next thing. Hey, Andrew now. Like robots. It's mind-bending to me, truly.
So I saw you compare the experience of rich people under COVID, you're one of them, to everybody else. What did you notice about that? It seemed like a two-tiered response.
Yeah, so the story was very simple. I was flying inside of Europe. There's a lot of low-cost air carriers. It's only low-cost primarily. There's not much first class, business class, anything like that. And I was flying, and my experience was plagued by endless paperwork, wearing a mask, put the mask over your nose. Every time you eat, you have to put the mask on in between. I got told off for not having the mask up high enough. I got told off for drinking too long because my mask wasn't on. Pure panic and chaos. And because I'm fortunate enough to be fiscally secure, from there I decided I'll just buy private jets from now on. It comes hard and fast. You lose your Facebook, then your Instagram, then your Gmail, then your Discord, then your website hosting, then your domain name. Then your payment processor, then your bank, then it's just like in real time.
How do they shut down all of that based off of videos on the internet? This guy is not a criminal, no criminal record. He's not a fucking terrorist. There's pedos that been to Epstein's Island still out here. They're not shut down, but they're trying to excommunicate him from everything. Shut down all his money, his payment processors, his bank. If he's not somebody that kept some physical cash, he's fucked right now. This is ridiculous. This shouldn't be allowed. This is absolutely unjust.
Watching your phone,
and it could happen to anybody.
Then your Discord, then your website hosting, then your domain name, then your payment processor, then your bank. Then it's just like in real time. You're watching your phone and apps just exploding. Boom, boom, boom. It's crazy.
Andrew Tate, you don't have to agree with everything a man says to believe he has a right to speak in public.
Yes,
and we do
absolutely the
believe
right to
that.
speak.
No one gets to tell you who you can watch.
Facts.
No one gets to tell you what you have to think. No one gets to tell you who you have to hate. You're an American and an adult. You can make those decisions yourself. So why don't they want you to hear from Andrew Tate? If they really think he's a worse influence on the youth than, say, Cardi B, tell us how. They're telling us he's a criminal. Okay. Has he been charged? Who are the victims? What are their names? It's going to take a lot more than that to have us believe he should be canceled, or anyone else, by the way. We're against censorship, period. And more than anything, we're in favor of people making up their own minds based on the evidence, like adults do. So if you're interested, you can watch the full unedited interview with Andrew Tate after the show.
Oh, okay. So there's more
On Fox Nation.
All right, so there's a full unedited interview. All right, so the way I look at this, it's like there's literally no justification for this at all. They try to act like, to paint him out to be a criminal. He was sex trafficking. He was blah, blah, blah. 24 hours at his house. It's
fucking lie.
even if he was a criminal, even if he had a criminal record or not, or something like that. So every criminal in the country gets all their social media shut down. They're ex-criminal, ex-convict. They all get their social media shut down completely. Their bank accounts shut down. Their PayPal shut down. No way of making a business. Is that what's gonna happen? Because that's what they're trying to convince people. Oh, he crossed the guidelines on Facebook, so he gets excommunicated by all these tech companies. How does that make sense? The way they're talking and they're covering COVID, you could not do this last year. I did a Joe Rogan reaction to Joe Rogan speaking about just having the choice to get jabbed or not, saying that, oh, if you're healthy, you can do what you want to do. Just him expressing that opinion. I did a reaction to that. Lost my channel for 6 months unjustly. No justification. No, they didn't reimburse me financially. They didn't do nothing. No compensation. It's just, oh, we give you back your channel 6 months later. Oh, my bad, mistake. And even doing this reaction now, I'm like looking at this. I'm like, are they going to come and try to seize this now? You get rid of Andrew Tate, someone else is just going to step up in line and speak the truth to people. And then other people are thinking the same thing and they're just not speaking on it because they don't have platforms to speak about it or speak on it. Free thinking, individual thinking will always be around. People are out here thinking for themselves. You can't indoctrinate everyone with your bullshit, especially when it's illogical. Like, stop the cap. We ain't going for that bullshit. We already seen how much control they take and how unwilling and unwavering they are to just give you back your civil rights. It's ridiculous. Right? He's not on no FBI list. He's not any of that shit. But they can just think they can just deplatform him completely. And it's not just like they had that little bullshit ass excuse like he crossed the guideline on Facebook. That's why he got rid of the Facebook and Instagram. But what justifies the TikTok, which he doesn't even have his own personal account, Twitter, what happened to PayPal, all those, like they shut down everything. So many things I can't even name. Discord, everything. This is ridiculous. Everybody should be alarmed at this. Nobody should be celebrating this. Nobody. If you dislike Andrew Tate, we don't care. It makes no sense for anybody to be celebrating this. Everybody should be outraged. These petitions that people are signing, that's great and everything, but who's going to honor those petitions? Who's listening to that? I don't know. I don't know if he has a GoFundMe or anything. Like he's made millions of dollars, but at the end of the day, they cut off his access to his money and his bank accounts and shit. So what is he going to do? They really just trying to fuck him over. I don't understand this attack, this personal attack on him. They do not want anyone getting the amount of followers he's getting. Yeah, they don't want anybody that speaks freedom to the people. They don't want anybody that speaks individual power and taking back your freedom. They don't want none of that. They don't want anybody that's speaking masculinity onto the public. Like, hold on, y'all. Look at this. This is not even that. The stuff that they're trying to demonize from Andrew Tate is absolutely ridiculous. hold on, y'all. Let me pull up another file real quick. There is some shit. They're trying to act like what he's saying is the worst things in the world. And I'm like, he's just saying basic men shit. Basic shit you hear in the manosphere, damn near. I don't want to shit on what he's saying by calling it basic, but you know what I mean? Just common things that a lot of people agree with. Get rid of one Andrew Tate, another one's going to pop right up because a lot of people agree with the same shit he's saying. These aren't new thoughts that we're hearing. Facts. You heard this stuff growing up.
Comes hard and fast.
Hold on. This is not the wrong one. That one. Super pause. Hold on, y'all. The world's getting absolutely ridiculous.
Why is your chick going out without
clown world? It's pathetic. Look at this, y'all. Hold on. Let me pull this on the screen. This is what shows the world is getting too soft and too pussy. Hold on, y'all. All right. Social media reacts to parents demanding New Jersey preschool art teacher be fired because her curvaceous body could distract students' learning. Now, this is a preschool teacher. They're saying her curvaceous body is stopping kids from learning. This seems like the women. Hold on. I think I seen a comment about that before I even take credits for that. Let's be real. Those moms are really worried about the days the dads might have to drop off and or pick up their what? Drop off or pick and I guess whatever. Then a man has nothing to do with the kids. LOL. I thought they would say drop off or pick up the kids there, and it just ended the sentence, so that threw me off. But yeah, it has nothing to do with the kids. It has everything to do with the dudes, the husbands, the dads dropping off, picking up their kids, and seeing the shooting their shot with the teacher. Sounds like jealous to me. Yep, it's ridiculous. There's a whole bunch of this shit. The world is super soft. But let's get this out of the way. Let's react to Andrew Tate. They're trying to demonize this take. Girls are acting, oh, this guy's insecure. This guy has some real problems. Blah 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 blah. Over this take right here, and this is nothing to.
What if it was like a girls' night?
Understood. So if a girls' night happens and my chick were to go out, she would message me 10, 15 times throughout the night. I'd pick her up. She'd be home. So the fact that your chick went out for a night out and vanished for the night is already a massive warning sign. If she ever does that once without being told, then you should be able to say to her, look, I'm uncomfortable you going on nights out and staying somewhere without telling me. I want to know where you are from now on. Why? You're insecure. I'm not insecure. I'm a man. If anything ever happened to you, you'd call me. I like to know where you are. You should tell me. If she goes, fuck you, I won't ever tell you where I am. Do you have control of that relationship? No. Responsibility and authority are linked. The reason the captain of the ship goes down with the ship is because he has responsibility for the ship. If he says, man the sails, people man the sails. If he says, man the sails, and everyone ignores him, how can he be held responsible? If you want me to protect you, if you want to come to me with all of your problems, then I need authority over you. How can I allow myself to fix all your problems when I have no authority to prevent problems in the first place? That's the first thing. Second thing.
That is facts. Absolute facts. People are going crazy of the 10 to 15 times. Listen, my nigga, when he says 10 to 15 times, that's just his girl shooting back conversation. Just the amount of text that she's shooting, the amount of messages that are actually coming through. People are acting like it's just so dramatic. If y'all are in a relationship, y'all know this. My girl goes somewhere, goes out with her girl somewhere. She tells me where the fuck she's going. That's normal shit. Normal shit. That's not controlling. That's not extra. That's not toxic masculinity. That is you being the captain of the ship and you being ultimately responsible for the safety of your woman. If something happens, you're there in an instant because you know. This is ridiculous. Why people don't understand this, I don't get it. It's because the world is a clown world now. We're so ass backwards. People actually fed into the bullshit propaganda that's been fed to them. The feminist bullshit that's been pushed to them, the alphabet bullshit that's been put to them, getting people so out of their natural gender roles. It's like a real nigga just needs to come back in and just put people it's like we have to realign motherfuckers. Like niggas got to get on these mics and realign motherfuckers through the media because it's that they're trying to blame the media's influence on all the negativity. So it's like, if we're going to influence the negativity, then we can influence positively. And when you try to get people on the right page, what do? They shut you the fuck down. They're like, freedom, power, no. They come through like trying to block your way. Shout out to Andrew Tate. Hopefully he can get reinstated somehow. I don't see it happening because these people are pieces of shit. But I don't know, man. They can't keep doing this. At some point, the people have to wake up and stand up for the voices that they support, or say that they support, because where's the actual support? We see the petitions and everything for Andrew Tate. So shout out to everybody for supporting Andrew Tate, but we need to see more support. People being more vocal about situations like this. Don't let them just shove Andrew Tate under the rug and then just this situation just disappear. It's going to get worse because people allowed it to get worse. When Trump got banned from everything, I went up on my platform and said, fuck this. This is a slippery slope. It's going to get ugly as fuck out here. Y'all just championing this and cheering for this shit. I'm like, this is the start of the end. And what do we see? We see a number of folks getting kicked off of all platforms to the point where they're trying to starve these motherfuckers. They can't even access their bank accounts. They can't even get payments from their fans. They can't even get donations from their fans. And people are looking at this like, this is normal. This is okay. This is a normal citizen, Andrew Tate. He's not a criminal. He's not a terrorist. And they're treating him like he's... I don't even have a word to describe what they're treating him like. It's asinine. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like free world, nope. Rights, nope. None of that. America, the home of the free, nope. Whoa. It's like, imagine you just wake up tomorrow morning, think everything's normal. You try to log onto your account and you said something akin to what Andrew Tate said that's pretty much normal men's speech, and you log onto your account, or you try to log on and you can't get in, and you're like,
hey, yo, what the fuck?
Try to get into your bank account to make sure the bag is secure.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Try to get into your WhatsApp to talk to your people and see what's going on because you got fucked over.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
It's not okay, man. No part of this is okay. Tyler, this is crazy world we live in nowadays. Absolutely crazy world we live in. We have to respect a man saying, wearing a dress, putting on lipstick and a wig, and saying, oh, I'm a woman, call me she, her. And if you don't, you're transphobic. And we have to abide by that. And we're crazy and we're a certain way. Like, this is insanity. The world we live in. It's like, I can call you Ashley if you want to be called Ashley, because that's the identity you want to take on. But I'm not going to be convinced that you're a woman all of a sudden, because that's where we're going. We're just realigning everything. A man can't say normal man shit. Oh, boundaries, leading your woman, being the head of the household, caring about her belonging to the streets. This is insane. Absolute insanity. I want to show y'all something else. We have Spice. This is bad, man. This is absolutely atrocious. We have Spice dropping her music video for Measurement or whatever it's called. She's on the timeline, Twitter timeline, chest out, measuring dudes' dicks in the music video. It was a 30-second snippet. The video came out on YouTube. I'm not sure if the video actually came out. I'm sure the video didn't come out with nudity. But she's out here. Hold on, let me see if I have, what do I have here? I don't actually have I'm not going to post the video or any of the clips because that's clearly getting flagged. But Spice is wilding out, doing whatever she wants to do. Not a good reflection on her music, kind of diminishes her music, because when people Like, what the fuck is this? What is all this crap popping up? It's like they push and champion women belonging to the streets, being sexually liberated, demoralizing men. Yo, that video is fucked up, yo. Hold on, yo. This world is on some bullshit. Spice. Tape measure video. On the Twitter timeline, chest out, just measure in peace. We're championing and pushing all of this stuff, and then men just being normal men, setting boundaries, being a traditional man is getting absolutely torched in the media. This is asinine. Absolutely asinine. And you know what's worse? Hold on, man. This is another subject though, because this is also bad. Hold on, let me check my screens real quick. Hold on, y'all. Uno momento, por favor. There we go. Now, Colombia is planning to decriminalize cocaine and make it legal to finally end the war on drugs. So, as y'all know, weed is legal countrywide in Canada, and it's legal in a lot of states in America. There's plenty niggas spending 20, 30 years in jail for criminal activities. So we're decriminalizing coke. We already decriminalized weed. We have the government supplying these motherfuckers with all the supply they want, but we criminalized and put this huge negative connotation on people in the streets trying to make ends meet, make a living for themselves, put food on their table by selling a little bit of kush, selling a little bit of coke. Oh, you're tearing down the community. You're ruining the community to these willing buyers who ended up going to all sorts of dispensaries nowadays. There's dispensaries everywhere in Toronto. These people aren't destroying the communities. They're not ruthless criminals. Oh, but you can tax it, right? So you can be a part of the money. They looked at Tate University and they looked at the money. And I watched a breakdown from Spencer Cornelia. Spencer Cornelia calls out all the motherfuckers. He calls out all the motherfuckers that be scamming and sleazing and doing all the shit. And he breaks it down perfectly. He did a breakdown of Andrew Tate. He proved that Andrew Tate, everything he did is legit. There's no scam to it. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's nothing. It's all legit. People are making money off Hustlers University. Some people aren't. But it's a legit business. They're shutting all that down. Why? Because it's teaching people how to be independent, people how to be free outside of the system, outside of the grid, make their own money, be entrepreneurs, be stronger men. And they're shutting that down. Why? Because they want control. It all comes back down to control. Even with the drugs shit, it's down to control. They want in on all the money. If there's money that they're not a part of, they're shutting it the fuck down. And then they're making everybody look like they're criminals or they're the worst person in the world. It's been an absolute smear campaign on this man's name. It's disgusting out here, man. I don't know how people can't see this shit. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Surprised y'all niggas is up at this time. I didn't know my niggas is out here like that. Shout out to you, Lady Hotep. Shout out to Daryl Long. Shout out to the real millennial coming soon. Shout out to Chrissy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right, we got another fucked up thing to cover. Let me pull this up momentarily. This is a conversation that was on Twitter. This went trending. This went pretty viral. It was a woman trying to put a baby on a man that it wasn't his child, but it was her boyfriend. She was cheating on him. Let me clear up some bandwidth real quick. This gets pretty bad. All right, so I did not blank out the person's name. So the person that posted the tweet, her name's up here. My bad, y'all. I did not blank out her name. At the end of the day, this is social media. This is all public. You don't have a private account. It is what it is. All right, so she says 2 months later, there's a wedding. When she asked why I wasn't invited to the introduction and why I'm not involved in the, what the fuck word is that? This is some Nigerian shit, isn't this? I'm not even going to attempt this.
Hell no! Trash ass nigga.
She said, Sugar is bitter and has bad blood. She hates seeing people happy. All right, so this is the introduction of this tweet. This gets pretty slimy, but this is not in order, so hold on. Let me just make sure everything's in order on the screen. Let me order this real quick and organize this. All right, so let me just pull this up. Hold on, y'all. All right, so this is a message from her, and this is the woman. The message is in the green. This is the woman that shared the message on Twitter, and this is her friend that she's speaking to. All right, so this is how she speaks to her friend. She's, babe, hello, good evening. I called, you didn't pick up. Who am I chatting with? Ruth, Debbie's. Oh shit, this is the wrong one. Fuck, I didn't start at start. God damn it. This is when she gets fucking caught up in the shit. God damn it. See, I needed to organize this. My bad, y'all. This wasn't even supposed to be part of the show. I just need to throw this in because this is some fuck shit. Let's see. Yeah, her friend basically calls her out. She's like, nah, you can't do that. That's paternity fraud. You can't be doing those slimy movements. And then the girl just snaps at her because she's like, nah, you can't be doing this. But where is this? Yo, I'm butchering this. Okay. Okay, here we go. Is this it? No. This ain't the start, but whatever, man. It is what it is. I'll organize this in another upload, hopefully. Am pregnant. She meant I'm pregnant, but whatever. Oh, cool. Make we start. Okay, whatever. Fuck all this crap. Was the wedding not straight? Chill. No, be Victor. Get him. Wait, what? What's going on? Who get him on? You won't know. He's my friend. Okay, forget about. Oh no, this ain't the start either. Yo, I am butchering this. This ain't the start either. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Shit, man. This is late. Nothing's organized in this conversation. This conversation is just bad, man. And there's a lot of broken English here. God damn. God damn. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. She says, it was a mistake. What was a mistake? The pregnancy? Yes. A lot is going on in my head right now. I don't know what to do. You're not telling me a lot of things, so I don't know how to advise you. Okay. I went to my friend's house about a month ago because I needed him to help me do something.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
It was late, so I couldn't go back that day.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
How late? It was raining too.
Shut up, Meg.
It was late, so I couldn't go back that day. Then she asks, how late? So she slaps in another excuse. It was raining too. He didn't have umbrella in his house. Okay? So that's why she slept over. That made the matter worse. I had no option than to sleep over. He was begging too. Did you drink? Were you drunk? Did he force himself on you? No. I don't want to go into the details, but he didn't force himself on me. I was not too drunk. Everything just happened. I don't know how to explain it. I see. So what exactly should I advise you on? Now, I'm not ready to lose Victor. Now, she should have thought about that before she went over to this next guy's house and made all sorts of excuses. Like, you knew what you were doing, man. Stop it. Stop it.
She belongs to the streets.
She says, and I can't tell this other guy that I'm pregnant. I'm. Oh, no, there was an I before there. Never mind. There was an I before the am, so she can get away with it. Never mind.
What?
Yep. Stupid English rules. I was thinking I can just put it on Victor. Do you hear this? Do you hear this? I was thinking I can just put it on Victor.
Shit getting out of hand now.
She belongs to the streets.
Get a job, nigger.
Ridiculous. We were together throughout that period. I don't think he will suspect. I know he trusts me too. Do you know? Or do you think he will know? Bro, that is paternity fraud. Please, oh. I've been seeing a lot about it on the internet. I never knew it will be this close to me. Pinning a pregnancy on another man is wrong. I don't know if there's laws against it in Nigeria, but it's morally wrong. So I knew this was Nigeria. I read this before. I'm giving myself too much credit.
Shit getting out of hand now.
What should I do? See, just tell the other guy about it. So you guys can sort it out as adults. That's all I have to say. I can't. Why? If I tell him, he will want to settle down with me, and I don't like him to that extent. So you don't like him to the extent of settling down with him, but you're cheating on your whole man who you care so dearly about. And you want to pin the baby on him.
She belongs to the streets.
Jesus Christ.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Where was I? Laugh my ass off. What? You don't like him to the extent that you spread your legs for him? Does that make sense to you? I have a lot to say right now. I'm just holding back because how can you mess up like this? Look, I don't know how y'all run your relationships, but see, when you're in a relationship, you're obligated to be committed. Commitment includes setting boundaries. You can't tell me you respect and value your relationship when you conveniently cross a boundary that shouldn't be crossed. That's utter rubbish. Utter and complete rubbish. Her friend was like, get that bullshit out of my face. I'm not having that. Her friend not having that at all. Not at all. She was like,
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
She hits her back with, babe, you're judging me. LOL. If you see my messages as judging you, then that's fine. If I don't know you, I won't be pissed about this. To be honest, why will you visit a man you're not dating so late? Was this why you needed my advice? Shit. Is this the continuation? I'm pretty sure this is the continuation. Nope. Shit. Goddamn. There we go. I really can't figure out what you needed me to say. Yes, go queen. I don't swing that way. I have two brothers and I definitely will. I will definitely be running mad if I find out that someone's pinning another man's pregnancy on one of my brothers. You have 4. You should understand better. The lady responds with, you said a lot. I don't know who gave you people the right to judge another person. You people always feel you're better than another person. You're not better than me. Yo, these voices. I blame myself for coming to you for advice. It won't happen again. For real? You blocked me? So she got blocked after this. She tried to hold her friend accountable for the fuck shit she was on. She said, I really can't figure out what you wanted me to say. Yes, go queen. Like, really? You wanted that type of blind support? You wanted that yes man shit? Her friend wasn't about that. She took that shit to the timeline. And basically, this young woman that tried to pin the baby on the man is getting married in 2 months. So she exposed this story and put it on the timeline for everybody on Twitter to digest because she wasn't about that shit. She has brothers. She wasn't playing that. She could empathize with the man in the situation. Society right now is going the opposite direction. They're saying, fuck that shit, hot girl summer, pin these babies on whoever, fuck these niggas. Niggas say anything back against them. Whoa, cancel them, toxic masculinity.
Just like a woman.
Yikes. All right, let's get into some questions. Or not even some questions, some comments. Lady Hotep says, independent thinking is against the law. They want conformity. That's absolute facts. Chrissy says, it's crazy that people don't see what's going on. I love this channel, by the way. I subscribed like a week ago. Oh, shout out to you. Shout out to this channel as well. We doing mid, but we getting there. Giving women a bad name. Yeah, she was definitely giving women a bad name. Chrissy also says, society is crumbling. How do I exit this matrix? You don't. You wait until God gets you. Shit. I'm gonna have to do some more night shows. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Holy. When did this become news? Nick Cannon, 10th baby? This nigga needs to... What's going on with Nick Cannon? What the hell? All right, this ain't news. This ain't news time. We're going to wrap this up, though. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hopefully everything goes well for Andrew Tate. This canceling shit is ridiculous. We need more people standing up on these platforms, speaking their mind, giving people the real... But we're going to need some fan support because most of these things get demonetized. So people are going to have to start supporting the people that they fucks with. We don't see Tommy around anymore. One of the people that was really giving people the real, whether you agree with him or not, he's giving you the raw, real shit that you need. All right, it's kind of late. Stuttering over my words a little bit too much because of the time. I got to find myself in my bed. Shout out to y'all. We wrapping this show up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. They might finesse you out of the notifications even if you hit the bell. That's been happening to a lot of folks. I've been getting a lot of complaints. Been getting some wild emails. Yo, hold on. One thing, y'all. I've been doing Bobby Lee breakdowns. I've been getting entirely too much emails of absolute essays of people giving their information and opinion about the Bobby Lee Kalila situation. Please, y'all, I don't care. Ain't nobody got time for that. We out. Yeah.